Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 1 of the Groove Session Show with me, Jack.
And me, Roman. How's it going?
Yeah, so basically, we just wanted to come on here. We wanted to chat about, all things Groove Session Show. Groove Sessions is another installment we do, which is where we jam, as you've probably seen. And we just wanted to give you a bit of an insight as to why we came up with the idea and what you've got forward, looking forward to coming up. And I just thought it would be nice to introduce ourselves because
100%. Just come on and kind of outline the framework of the idea.
Yeah, of course.
And because we've launched the official platform, the Groove Session Show, in the last couple of weeks, was it? I'd say.
Yeah, I think so.
Very
recent. Yeah. Very recently, we actually finalized it and brought it to your attention that we was creating this project. But it's kind of it's been something that me and Roman, we've worked together and we've been thinking for a while, what's something different that we can create and we can people can vibe with and enjoy watching as well as listening to two people who, we've done a fair bit, in the industry so far. We work hard, we were on the grind constantly, but it's just kind of nice to hear what we have to say and then, kind of see how we play and interpret different things. I think that's what we set out to do.
Yeah, the way I see it, it's a kind of win-win because we enjoy it. We knew we wanted to do something like this for a long time, didn't we?
Yeah. Big time.
Back when we were touring, we would talk about it. Yeah, we should do this, we should do that. So we enjoy it, but hopefully it can give you some value, and some advice through what we know and for any guests know that come on. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that a little bit later, but we just wanted to come on, talk a little bit about what you can look forward to.
But shall I take it right back?
Yeah, why not? Let's no, don't be sorry, mate. Don't be sorry. We're here to talk. We're here to talk. Just take them right back and kind of explain to them why this came about.
Yeah, I'll try and not bore you guys, but I'll take it right back. So, the initial idea was born straight out of lockdown number 1 back in March. So, and the reason being was obviously we couldn't really channel our creativity as musicians because you couldn't gig, you were stuck in the house. So, we just thought, let's do a cover, we'll put it together and put it out on Instagram.
Yeah.
And we called it Groove Sessions, but we didn't have a brand as such, did we?
It was just it was just something that we kind of had fun doing, if that makes sense. We just creating content that's different to just your standard kind of bass player video, drummer video. And don't get me wrong, we both do that. And that's an added bonus. But being able to watch two musicians at one time on a screen playing a song together is a bit more interesting. It's a bit more, it's kind of you can really see the musicianship and you can really see you can also see, I find, the kind of the creativeness as well as the kind of the drive and the commitment to make good quality videos through watching us, through me and you, because we've worked together before and we know what we're looking for. We know what we set out to do. And, we've got all these kind of goals in mind, but we're kind of taking it step by step and really kind of getting creative every time we progress, which is why we came to create the Groove Sessions show element of the branding. It was because we wanted to chat to you rather than you just watch us play all the time. It was just we felt like you didn't
a little
know.
Bit selfish, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But we didn't feel like you knew who we were. You just, that's Jack, that's Roman, he's bassist, he's drummer, that's what they do. It's you don't really know us, but the cool thing about it is you get to kind of see us chatting. And again, we get onto later chatting to people, just gets a vibe of how we work together and our opinions on different things and how, and it's, as Roman said, that's kind of what we're setting out to do, really. You know what I mean? So
it is. And I think coming off of that, it's kind of yes, you can see us playing and great, we can play, but you don't get to hear the mindset behind it and why, how, you can see how we interpret the songs in Groove Sessions through the playing, but I think it's going to be nice for you guys to kind of just learn a bit more.
Yeah, and
the guests we got coming on, we'll get to that. I'll let you take that.
We're getting excited. We're jumping on the bandwagon a little bit. We're come on, we got to tell these people. But it's so the other kind of fundamental reason why we came on here is because, you know, we started this show because we felt it was appropriate to kind of, we show you our groove sessions element of the show, where we jam a song. It could be modern, could be an old classic that you might not have heard, you know, and we interpret it in our own way. But the thing is we really wanted to kind of have this element where we can talk about what we've just done. So this first episode of the Groove Session, we're going to talk about episode 12, which is our latest episode we've just done, which if you've not seen it, you definitely should go check it out.
I like that plug.
It is I'm plugging, but it's what every like person has to do, you know. But if you have the time, you just got to check it out. Like, it's really cool. We spent a lot of time working on it. It looks cool, sounds cool. But yeah, it's BB Rexa and Doja Cat's Baby I'm Jealous. Is a proper good song. So definitely go check that out. But we just kind of wanted to chat to you like about how we kind of, why we chose the song. And Roman, it was kind of Roman's idea to kind of, he picked that song and he thought, yeah, like, you know, it's quite relevant. It's quite, you know, it'd be quite cool. So, you know, Roman knows, exactly. Just come out and Roman knows, like, you know, I'm down for everything. I'm down for playing any song. You know what I mean? So Roman was,
we should probably add that in. You said about like one week we could be playing a classic song, another week we could be playing like the most modern song going. But we don't care, do we? We'll play anything.
Nah, literally, all genres, all styles, interpreted in two players' own creative minds. That's what it's all about. It's just showing you how, you know,
how we work as a rhythm section. Isn't
exactly, because there's a rhythm section. You hear these songs, you know, you listen to these songs, and there's a rhythm section already done it. They created that song. But it's kind of nice to see the elements of two different complete people putting their interpretation on a track that's already been made. Like, because sometimes it's cool. It's cool to hear something different, you know.
But that's so true. Because we kind of, we follow the groove that the original players have put down, but we had our own flavour. You know, like any player's going to have their style and their little bit of flavour that they can add. And that's what we do. We try to be true to the genre of the song, of course, but you go check it out and you'll get to see kind of how we interpret and demonstrate our playing.
Definitely. Like, we just released episode 12. We have 12 episodes so far of the Groove Sessions. So if you get a chance, go check it out. Go check out all our old videos as well, all the way up to episode 12. And you'll see kind of the progression that we've made since the first lockdown to now, and how
it's huge, isn't it?
Yeah, and how you can gradually see the video, the audio, the visuals, everything's changed. And like, you know, it just kind of shows you how much like creative mind we've both put behind it, and how we've really wanted to interpret it and make it a really cool thing that people can watch and also have a chat with us and listen to us. But yeah, go check out.
Sorry, I'm always interrupting.
Nah, mate.
I apologise.
You can interrupt me anytime you want to. I mean, I'll go on for days. You just interrupt me. Go on.
Because we're friends.
Yeah. You can.
It's allowed.
It's because we're mates. Because we're buddies. You can interrupt me anytime. You go ahead. Go on. You say what you want to say. Go on.
I forgot what I was going to say. How's it going, Jack? You having a good weekend?
Yeah, it's not too bad, man. It's okay. Like, you know, I've been working quite hard on some ideas for some music that I'm doing on the side, and other projects, and then and also just been working on a bit of content on my own page, which is
I see the one you've just done your first TikTok, haven't you?
I was on, you know, the trendy TikTok, you know, and I saw
TikTok's huge, man.
It is. But like, it's such massive. It's such a great place. But I was just skimming through TikTok, and Nile Rodgers from Chic.
Yeah, what a boy.
Just what a guy. Man. Just put a video out and he was like, I'm inviting all players of all backgrounds and instruments, everything, to come and have a groove with Nile. And he said that in the first ever song he released with Chic is Everybody Dance.
It was Everybody Dance. Yeah.
And he starts playing the guitar riff, so you can like groove
playing his funk.
Yeah, exactly. So I just kind of thought, you know what, like TikTok's a good thing at the moment to kind of like advertise and show that what you kind of can do and stuff. So I recorded a little video along to him groove into that song, and I uploaded it. And it's not too bad. It's quite fun.
I enjoyed it.
But stuff like that.
It was wicked.
Yeah, doing stuff like that, and then recording my own videos for my own page, doing drum covers like of songs, and again, like we do, interpreting it in the way I would do something, or making it a bit flavoursome, you know, a bit of like texture and stuff to it. So
I got a question.
Go on.
Did you enjoy being in a video with a legend like Nile?
That's probably the closest I'll ever get to playing with someone like that.
Well, you never know.
No, you know, I'm joking. You got to believe. But like,
did you enjoy it more being in a video with a legend like Nile than like an up and comer like me?
Oh, now you put it like that.
I bet you did.
It was quite cool actually. It was quite like you kind of had that in your mind, like you kind of, when people like that put things out like that, and you kind of put to yourself, all right, I'm gonna give it a go.
It feels personal, doesn't it?
Because
yeah. Laid that guitar down.
Exactly. And then you're kind of grooving along to it, and you're just a bit like, oh, cool. Like, and in your back of your mind, you're a bit like, that's the closest I'll ever get to playing with Nile Rodgers. Like, seriously. But it kind of makes it that more kind of intimate feel, personal feel. Like, yeah, okay, you're not in the same room. Yeah, okay, I don't know the guy, but being able to play along with him doing what he does on the song, it's like, does give you that feel of like you are actually doing it, if that makes sense. Like,
Well, you mean in terms of not playing along with the track, you're playing along with a live.
Yeah, because there's no. It's like him. It's like you're in a studio with him, and he's literally just gone, oh, check out this idea I've got for a song, and he just starts going, and you're just like, oh yeah, and
so like, dirty, isn't it, man?
And you're just like, oh, like there's just that element that you think like, oh, you could actually add your own thing to it. Do you know what I mean? Because it has that kind of creativeness to it. But yeah, like. Definitely.
Did you pull inspiration from Chic when you were younger, coming up as a drummer? Play a lot of Chic, or kind of around it?
I think so.
Because I know I did. Yeah. I think for anyone that wants to play like funky, they're kind of your go-to.
Well, yeah, but they're like they were kind of like that R&B funk disco kind of band, you know. That was that kind of like, that's the kind of band that our parents were like going to clubs to, where it's like, you know, we're like they were like growing up, they were like growing up going to like roller discos and like listening to tunes like that, and then we grown up and it's just like a club, and no one, I always find like, just kind of going on that topic there, like I find like when you go nowadays, like people like you might be different, but me as a musician, I go to a club and I actually enjoy the music more than the club experience.
Oh, I know you feel it. Yeah,
you get a song come on and you're like, oh, like, and you just instantly
you feel the bass.
And instantly as a musician, you just start like in your head, you're just going, yeah, I could groove to that. I might actually do that as a drum cover, or I might actually do that as a groove sessions. I don't know, like, you know, but like not so much at the moment.
Yeah, you start thinking about your playing when you're meant to be like drinking and having a good time.
And having like a good laugh and stuff like that. But like, yeah, I always found that that's like, we grown up with like obviously more modern music, you know, and a lot of like clubs nowadays is just DJs playing music, and that's what it was back then. But like, I kind of feel like they're playing the more modern music. They, unless you go to a cheese room, like, you know, that's the kind of place where they play all those kind of bangers. But you rarely get bands like that. They rarely play bands like Chic and
doesn't
classics.
happen now.
No, it's more like you're kind of just your standard cheesy pop songs that everybody can just, if you're in a room, everyone will just sing along. Like, it's simple, you know, but you won't get those really kind of different cross genres, you know, like funk or a bit, you know, you do get your odd rap here and there and stuff like that, but it's just not, you know, I kind of, I'd enjoy a cheese room more if there was like a cross. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I get what you're saying. The club I used to go to, there was a cheese room, and it, you know, it wasn't popular. There'd be 10 people in there, but it was great.
Oh yeah,
it's a classic song.
Honestly, it's like, it's such a, it's just that thing, like growing up with music, like that your parents are kind of fed to you in a certain way. Like they've kind of like, you know, being musicians growing up.
Because I suppose what you're saying is you wouldn't have had much exposure to someone like Chic unless your parents have been kind of pushing it your way.
Yeah, or
Would
like
you?
that's something,
You know,
or like that's a band that they listened to. Like, you know,
yeah,
like I can put on Chic now because I know Chic is, I've listened to Chic, I've seen them like doing live stuff, you know, it's kind of cool. But I'll put it on and my mum will start dancing, and you're like, that's what my mum used to do. And but then like you find that you're dancing to it too, and it's like, I don't know. For me, it's like, it's weird, and probably people will think that this is weird, but like I feel like in a situation like that where like you're dancing or something, that party with like that kind of music with your family or your parents or something like that, kind of makes you feel like you're back when they were young, because it kind of brings out the young music listening vibe from them, because they kind of go, oh, I remember when I used to like listen, dance to this, and like, and you're doing it at the same time, but this is like, to them it's like old school now, whereas to you it's like it's still it's a classic, but it's been brought forward to the modern ear listener, you know.
I think it's an add-on to that point. It's like the world is run on nostalgia.
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah.
how many brands from like the 90s are now appearing on like t-shirts, and people are buying them. It's just nostalgic, isn't it?
Mate,
and it's like your mum, when she hears something like Chic, it takes her back to like 1981, when she was in some club, or you know, like it's nostalgia.
Hammersmith Palais in London, do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? But
I love it.
It's it's cool. Like, you know, it's kind of gives you that element. But like, what about you? What have you been kind of getting up to and lately? Because obviously we've been doing our stuff, but I mean, like, you musically, personally.
I'll be honest. I'm not going to bullshit the viewers. Music wise, not a great deal. I've been kind of putting all my energy into the groove session show. Last few weeks.
Yeah.
I'm always practicing, always writing stuff for projects and what have you. But
obviously.
Nothing notable. But like today, for example, I've laid the bass line down for episode 13 for us. So that's ready. You know, when you get a free spell, probably, I think you said Monday you're free.
I've got
a
few bits and pieces to do music wise and stuff like that, and then I'm gonna get on that.
But I'm super pumped about that. And that's a brilliant segue, actually. This track, I'm not going to give it away. It's a disco track, but it came out in 2020, so the nostalgia's crazy.
Wow.
And disco's coming back.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
last
year or so, it's just been all over the charts.
Oh yeah, big time. Like, just,
you know, episode 11 we did Dua Lipa's Levitating, and that's got some disco vibes. I'm not saying it's out and out disco, but you can feel the disco in it.
Yeah, but it's got that kind of those elements from other, like, you know, genres brought into it, like into the mainstream
hip-hop
pop. Everything. Like, I find that quite cool. But I also find what's quite cool on that sort of topic you're on about is the fact that classics, like songs, you know, like proper old school bands are actually, because of things like TikTok and stuff like that, like kind of going off course a bit, are being brought back into the like main charts.
The mainstream,
and that's kind of, I find that's kind of really cool, because you constantly like bled like mainstream stuff, and like if you know of these classic bands or these classic like music, and like, as I call them, bangers, like, you know what I mean, like it just gives you that kind of feel that like there obviously is an element of people out there, young people like us, and maybe younger and a little bit older than us, that are listening to that stuff and being introduced to that stuff. Because a lot of, like, I'd say
they're not what you say when you talk about our age group. You mean the non-musicians are starting to listen to the older stuff? As musicians, it's your kind of duty to listen to everything. I feel as a session player, you need to kind of get your head round everything, really.
Big time.
Yeah, I get what you're saying though. Anyone that isn't a musician, they're starting to, TikTok's like, it's shifted everything in a way.
Big time.
A good example of that, I watched a thing about a TikTok influencer the other day. She must have been 13 or something. She's killing it. She's like think she's like a millionaire.
Wow.
But she like every now and then she'll do a video of like miming to like Phil Collins.
Oh,
Because her mum's
can't be a
a
bit of
Phil
Phil.
Collins fan.
Can't be a bit of Phil. Yeah, I mean, check out what episode did we do? Episode 4. Episode 4, I think. Episode 4 or 5 of our group sessions. No, I think it's episode 4. I think it's episode 4 of group sessions.
Yeah,
is my favorite Phil Collins song. Like, apart from In the Air Tonight, because everyone just assumes that drummers love In the Air Tonight because of the drum bit, which is true. It is a good song, but if you're a musician like me, you appreciate the other elements of the bands like that Phil had. So yeah.
In episode 4 we did Something Happened on the Way to Heaven, didn't we?
Something Happened on the Way to Heaven, yeah. Which is an absolute banger. Absolute banger.
It is. I love that song. It's always on Radio 2.
Yeah.
You've got Radio 2 and you're like, oh my god, watch it.
Yeah, like literally. I was in Asda earlier, and Studio by Phil Collins was like blaring out. And I'm going, Studio. I was going, oh mate, this is just grooving. Like it was so good.
Phil's just one of them artists that you just don't realise how many bangers he's put out until you really sit down and think about it. It's just like, wow.
You don't literally like his thing. I don't know. I think his like album is like, I think they're called The Hits or something. The album's called The Hits or something.
Yeah, I know the one.
Literally, there's like 31 songs on there.
Yeah.
That's how many bangers. Like, crazy. Absolutely
incredible career. We can all dream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, wicked.
Yeah. That's what we are. But yeah, no, we're kind of going on a little bit like that. So we kind of like, but yeah, no, we basically like we're just gonna be doing this kind of thing, enjoying chatting about music, enjoying chatting about different things. You know, we might blabber on, but that's just who we are. We enjoy chatting, and this is the whole point of it. We're here to chat to you guys, bit about us, and then one thing that we do want to say, like whilst we're on this kind of, you know, episode
introduction,
the introduction to it, we're gonna have guests, and that's our aim, is to bring guests. This is what we wanted to kind of get to by the end of it, like, but we're gonna have guests, and we're gonna bring guests on, and it can be across the board, all different styles of instrument, all different genres of music, different backgrounds, but it's just kind of a place where we can like get a feel for, like, you know, what they're doing currently, what they're up to, what their opinions on certain things are. You know, it's not just going to be your generic chat show where we just ask them the simplest questions that you
we don't like that, do we?
Yeah, we don't, that you kind of already know. It's going to be more kind of like an instructional and a more informative chat show. Rather than
in an informal way, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's going to be like this.
Yeah,
it's going to be fun.
Yeah. And we're going to have a laugh, and we're going to talk about, like, you know, tunes and, you know, what sort of things. And obviously every episode that we do of the chat show is going to be relevant to our last episode that we released before. So every episode of the Groove sessions that we do, we're going to be talking in our episode of the chat show about that last session and how we got on. And obviously when we have guests on there, and we're going to have, like, hopefully have them joining us on the Groove sessions element of it. And then they'll be able to kind of talk about how they kind of enjoyed the creative experience in grooving with us. And
that's going to be awesome when we start like tagging on.
It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. We're going to have, like, we're really going to, like, really build the guests, and, like, all from different sort of, like, we're going to have other bass players, obviously. Why not? Do you know what I mean? You know, we're gonna have other drummers. Why not? Like, why not? It's just cool. It's just cool. And then we're gonna have guitarists joining us. We're gonna have, you know, we really would like to, like, as we say, because we've got goals that we want, that me and Roman want to do. We want to push the, like, boundaries with it. We're gonna have singers. Like, you know, I always feel like
100%.
They, you know, we need to talk to singers. And you know what? We might even have, like, singers, and we might even have some, like, we might have a double bubble on some shows. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking a double bubble. Like,
two guests on the chat show?
Yeah, on the chat show. I'm thinking, like, we could have, like, we're gonna go for, like, singer, and we're gonna go for a backing vocalist, because there's two different elements there. You know, you got the front person, and you got that person that backs that person up. It's just like in a rhythm section.
Two different skills.
Yeah, but there is still a team. You know, it's like we're a rhythm section. They're a vocal section. You know, just because you're a backing singer doesn't mean that you're not important. Do you know what I mean? Just because we're in the back, just because we're in the background doesn't mean you're not important. So we really want to get like the kind of vibe from all aspects of the industry. You know, so like, and they're all
and including I don't know if you mentioned it. Sorry, I interrupted you again.
It's all right. Typical.
Yeah. You've kind of covered musicians, people that are on the stage, quote unquote. But we want to get industry people on, managers, agents,
big time.
fixers, producers. Producers would be huge.
Oh, big time.
I think.
Oh yeah, big time. I think it's worth like chatting. Like we won't always have them involved in our groove sessions element. It will just be like we'll have certain guests on the chat show more than anything. But you know, there'll be chances of like you seeing us playing with some cool musicians, you know, and doing some cool videos. But I think having people like that will be good, and it'll be good for you as the viewers as well, because you'll kind of see from different points of the industry, and you'll get an opinion from like the musician side. When we're chatting towards people like producers and stuff like that, you'll see, you know, even engineers, like engineers are a good one. That's a good one. Like, cause they're the ones that record people like us, you know, and they're the ones that have to deal with people like us, you know, on like a good 4-day session sometimes. And it can be quite a lot and quite intense, but
absolutely
getting their insight into like working with players, like not us necessarily, but bassists and drummers and how they work with them is kind of cool as well, because it's informing to us as your groove sessions hosts, but also it's gonna be cool for you to hear what it's like, you know. So
I was going to say, like, getting the guests on, this is kind of how I see it. It's a space of like, if we were in a coffee shop having a chat with them, it's going to be informal, but literally, you know, they can come on, they can talk about what they're doing, so they can promote their stuff. That's cool. We want them to do that.
I even think I might even buy a coffee machine and just have it next to me.
So you can have it on the go.
Yeah, so I can be like, oh yeah, tell me more. It's just like getting a little coffee as and go like, yeah, lovely. Like it is a proper coffee chat show. No, I'm only kidding. I'll make sure I got one.
No, but I guess what I'm trying to say is like, yes, they'll be promoting and what have you, but they're giving advice out. Which we can take on board, because we don't know it all. No one knows it all. But you as the viewer, hopefully you'll get like a ton of values, like,
big time.
You know, just hearing from the other side. You know, you talk about an engineer, they're the unsung heroes. How much exposure does an engineer get, really? They don't get.
There's a few famous ones, because obviously you know them, but I find the only exposure that they tend to get is when you put their name down on the back of an album or a back of a single.
As much as a credit.
Whereas like we as musicians credit them for helping us produce the music, because like, you know, they bring it all together. But I've like worked with some, and actually, I'm not gonna lie to you, you know, you might find the same, Roman. You work with an engineer, sometimes they're giving you really good ideas that you put in your work. And it's like, wow, like, you know, that's kind of the things that should be appreciated, you know, and that's why it's good to go and talk to people like this, because they might not see that side of a musician, you know, because when you're in when you're in a session, you're all in the session, you know, you got to get this stuff done. You got to do this, you got to do that. That's got to sound right. So it gets quite intense, you know. So you never get that opportunity to kind of see how the engineer feels, you know, because you're just throwing stuff.
You're focused.
Yeah, you're just like in your ear, like we are with these headphones. You're going, I just want a bit more kick, please. Yeah, a bit more kick. Yeah, that's right. And that's all you're giving them, but you're not giving them the kind of the time of day to ask them like, oh, so like, what are you doing like there? Like, what's that you're doing to what I've just done? Like, you know. It's interesting, you know, and if you ever get a chance, like other musicians out there that are watching this, if you ever get a chance, that's something you should do. It's something you really should do when you're in
consider everybody in the room and ask them questions.
Big time. Like, you should really sit down.
Like, how did you get to this chair? Like, were you a musician before being an engineer? Because the chances are they've probably tasted a few different things in the industry.
Which is probably why they tell you, they sometimes give you quite good ideas to put in your work, because they've worked with a lot of people, and they've probably actually got a sense of like kind of artistry themselves. You know, they probably made music.
Absolutely.
They've probably recorded themselves, so they know what sounds good and what doesn't sound good. And it's all those elements that this is what this shows. This sort of these episodes of the chat show will be about. It will be getting down to the kind of the nitty and gritty of all of these elements that the daily viewers and the other sort of musicians in this industry don't really get to hear, don't really get to see, you know. And that's
it. You've nailed it there, because it's kind of, Jack can talk all day long about how to do a triplet, but that's just not going to give you much value. You can get that anywhere.
I can't. Why are you lying to the viewers for? Like, I can't even play a triplet. I don't even know what it is.
I'm sorry.
I don't even play drums sometimes. I wing it. I just wing it. I've never learned. It's all just winged.
Didn't want to say anything.
Yeah, well, you let the cat out of the bag now, Roman. Come on, mate. But no,
I'm sorry, Jack. I'm sorry.
but seriously, like, it's going to be really, really cool. It's going to be really kind of not only fundamental to us, but it's going to be really fundamental to you as a viewers, getting a new insight into different things. And just the industry and the session world as a whole. But also just the kind of, again, like, just quickly, the kind of point about like why we make these videos, why we make these jam groove sessions, is because we want you to see like how we interpret someone else's music, and how if we were to be given that music fresh out the bag from an artist and never had anything laid down in it, how we might actually think going into that session, or what we would put down, you know, and how
in a session environment,
exactly,
like,
and how we would like lay it down, basically. Like, just all different elements.
And that's something you can see in the groove sessions episodes. Is like you can see what we've done, and you can also hear the difference in comparison to the original drums and bass.
Definitely.
And then straight away you've seen two interpretations, haven't you?
Yeah.
Or four, whatever way you look at it, you know.
Well, it's weird because like we'll play it, and then you'll listen. Maybe you might listen to the original without us anywhere to be seen, and you will see a difference, you know, because it's not gonna sound the same, because we're recording it our own, like, you know, that's our setups. But
every take's unique, isn't
exactly.
It?
But we're changing it to show you how creative you can be with music. You know, it's not just what you hear is what you get, if that makes sense. So like when a song comes out, you hear that, you go, wicked, that sounds awesome, and that's what you get. Like, there's
can there
exactly
be something else done with it?
Exactly. There's other ways of literally, but there's like other ways of like
what can be added.
Progressing it and making it different to what you hear all the time, you know, and that's what this is all about. So it's
amazing how like some of our parts we add like lift the song as well. I don't know if you thought
there's just elements.
You add some different rhythms in, and you're like, actually, like, kind of doubles up and sounds quite nice.
Mate, I think it's wicked. I think it's cool. I think we're
it's so fun.
It's just fun. This is what this show's about, is us having a good laugh, good chat, but also the groove sessions is about showing how creative we are, but having fun at the same time, and showing you that music, we do it as jobs, and it's something that we enjoy doing, but it shouldn't be about the job. It should be about the love you have for music and playing, you know, and that's what we're going to show you through what we do, is that we enjoy doing what we're doing, and that, you know, you'll see that through our playing, basically.
Yeah, and it like you just said, it comes down to the process. It's not the end game. It's the journey.
Exactly.
It's so fun.
And literally, as you say, like, just sorry to interrupt you, I'm doing it now. Look, you made me do it. What's wrong with you? But like, just saying, like, you know, when you're saying about the journey, you're saying, like, you know, we've done 12 episodes of the groove sessions already, you know, and we have come on a bit of a journey, both of us ourselves, because we started out just with an idea, and it's developed into episodes, and now it's developing into a chat show. It's developing into a branding with the two of us. And it's just something that we want to keep building, which is why we want to have all these elements involved in it, because we feel it's really going to kind of benefit not just us, but a lot of other people out there. And I'm sure you can vouch the same, can't you, Roman? Like,
100%. And it's, you know, it's only going to get better, isn't it? It really is.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't mention it earlier. Sorry,
No, that's
when
right.
I was talking about like the birth of it and
Yeah.
what have you.
Yeah.
We did up to episode 10 originally back in lockdown 1.
Yeah,
and then we
lockdown,
kind of and we had a break. Jack was having this lovely room built that you can see. He's in now.
Well, it looks a bit like dark at the moment, but you'll see it in the videos. The new episode 11, episode 12. It's like from what it used to look like to now. We had a break between lockdown where I could build. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
so we came like once Jack was like, yeah, we could go for it. Gave us the go ahead. We did episode 11 and episode 12, and we upped the production value. You know, Jack's got a new mix.
Yeah.
I've got a new DI, which kind of improved it. I still feel like I can get it better, but just overall, the last 2 groove sessions have been like,
mate,
you know,
they've won up. They've won up themselves from the first 10 episodes. And like, as much as the groove sessions, like this is our episode 1 of the chat show, but as much as we were on episode 12 of the groove sessions, you can kind of consider it to be the second episode of the new start of the groove sessions, because like we've done the first 10, and if you look at the first 10, we've 11 and 12 are completely different and changed completely the look, the feel, the sound, everything. And it's like we started 2 like brand new episodes, and then having this is an added bonus because you'll get to see like all the fun we'll have and the chats and guests and everything. So yeah, I kind of feel like we've nailed it on the head and kind of spoken a little bit and really encouraged people to kind of keep up with what we do. And, you know, I'm sure you could say the same, Roman, like, you know, we'll keep on working. I
think we've outlined the framework and kind of introduced the groove session show as much as we can.
Yeah.
And I also just want to say, like, yes, our fan base is tiny at the moment. Yeah. There won't be. We're coming for you.
Yeah, we're coming. We're coming. You'll know about us soon. You know what I mean? We're going to build it. We're going to gradually build like the views, the people that can really engage with us, you know, and like, I just want to touch upon it. Like with me and Roman, we're really, really kind of like, we're really set on really giving you a different experience. And we're not here for like, you know, it sounds horrible to say, and it sounds really weird because obviously like we're making these and we're putting time into it, but we're not here for views. We're not here for, you know, that element of it. We're here to give you something different. We're here to give you a taste of what we do. And, you know, if you want to engage and you want to involve yourself, you know, if you're a musician and you want to come on the show and chat to us, you know, of all styles, all music, all like musicians,
we don't discriminate. It doesn't matter who you are. We just get on here and have a chat.
Yeah, come DM us, message us on the Groove Sessions page on Instagram. Go over and follow us at the Groove Sessions Show. And we're always putting up our content there. Also, go check out the Groove Sessions Show on YouTube. Give us a little subscribe if you can, and basically we can. You can stay up to date with all the new videos that are coming out, so we never have to keep telling you to go and look at it. Do you know what I mean? You can just see it when it comes up as a notification. But yeah, any musicians, come message us and we'll get something booked in with you, even if it's a jam and a chat, or even if it's just a chat or anything. It doesn't matter. We just really, really want to build this and show the world what us musicians do.
Yeah, just jump on and this kind of build a community and have some fun with it, you know.
Yeah.
It's going to be informal. I can't stress that enough. It's like there's no pressure. Like we're having a chat.
Yeah, of course. Like we're just having a chat. 2 mates, 2 musicians with a bunch of musicians, and hopefully we'll make friends from this, and you know, people that we can connect with and make more videos with in the future. And we
could chat all day, couldn't we? I mean, we drove to. So we're like, I'm in the south of England, but I came up to London where Jack is.
And then we drove from London to Aberdeen. That's quite far. Yeah. That's quite far. And it's a good long chat, a good laugh and everything. But
there's no dull moments, was there? You know,
never a dull moment. We're just
we're mates outside of this, you know. And I think that's what's going to make it good, is we can chat.
Yeah. We chat all the time, so we're always like having a laugh. We're always like, you know, we do, you know, mates outside, we meet up, we do sort of things. But you know, it's kind of, this is something we wanted to keep that kind of, you know, element between us and the musicianship between us. It's like, this is why we created this, because currently right now with everything going on, we can't hang out with each other. We can't do shows and play shows with each other and do like what we used to do, kind of thing, you know, tour.
No, we can't.
But
And
it's nice.
it feels like that's a long way off as well.
Yeah, but and that's why. Yeah, that's why it could take ages. We just don't know with this current climate and what's going on. But I just think that like having
So
this
much uncertainty.
Yeah, exactly. And just having this will just bring the music community is on a bit of a downer at the moment, I think, and they need a bit of lifting.
Yeah.
And having two musicians that we're still working hard and making music and grinding on projects and stuff throughout the lockdowns. Because it's our work and it's what we do, it's what we enjoy doing. But we want to bring it to you. We want to bring it and see what you think. And saying that, I'm not gonna lie, like as much as we're gonna have people from the industry and people, sort of talking from their different points of view, it would be cool. And I think something that we'll introduce a little bit further down the line, having just the general person. No, you don't have to be a musician. Just the odd episode here and there.
Yeah,
it
I
would
like
be
that.
really, really, really cool to just have just a viewer. If you're a viewer of ours, or one of us or something, and you want to jump on, you want to chat to us about what we do or anything like that in an episode, or just chat about like what you enjoy about seeing what we do or music as a whole. Like it'd be cool just to get the viewers' thoughts on things and what they see.
Well, and the other thing to mention, mate, is like you've got like, say, a makeup artist is linked to the music industry, a venue owner is linked to the
photographers, videographers, people like that.
We know plenty of them.
Yeah, they make music videos, and talking to them again, like that's fundamentally a part of the industry that people tend to forget. It's like this. The music industry as a whole is so big across all different styles of the work in the industry that it's just I think we're gonna
be busy.
Yeah, we're gonna be busy, but we're gonna introduce the a lot of elements into it gradually as we build this as a show and as a group sessions, and bring in a lot of different people. Just touching on that, I definitely think we'll bring some performing arts and theatre people in as well, because that's another element of the music industry that you don't really get to hear a lot on. So that'd be really cool to kind of talk on with that. So
I just like chatting.
Yeah,
I just like chatting. It doesn't matter.
So do I. I could chat for days. Literally, I can. You're the master at it. I'll just bleed my mind of all the knowledge and information I have until I just keep repeating myself. That's literally what happens. Like,
but let's add that on, because I'm sure we're going to do more videos that is just me and you.
Yeah. Of course. Right yeah.
Why for the tiny fan base we've got so far? If there's anything you want to hear about, drop it in a comment.
Drop it on a comment on this video. Drop it on a comment on this video. So when let us know on the video below what you think or what you want to see. You know what I mean? Or maybe what you want us to chat about, because there might be things you don't understand or things you might have like you kind of like, you want to hear from us, like as musicians ourselves.
You might have a question like, this is a bad example, but do you guys prefer touring or studio work? And then me and Jack can have a debate about it.
And like, and who, hopefully, if possible, if that person wants to join us to ask that question live on the chat show, you can
they can just come on anyway.
Come on, even chat to us and ask us questions you want to know, and we can debate it together and inform you. But definitely, I think there's so many.
Put it in the comments.
Exactly, do that. Let us know. But I think there's so many elements that we're going to bring into this and build it and build it and build it. You're just going to see so much content come your way, and we've got it all planned. We know what we want to produce. We know what we've got, and we've spoken to you a little bit about what you're going to see, what's to come. And obviously, like, this is our first episode, just introducing us. There's going to be more episodes coming up of the chat show. We're working on our next 2 episodes of the Groove Sessions currently, and they'll be coming out soon. And we'll in between times we'll be doing our chat show and talking about the different sort of episodes we've done and what might come on the next episode, and so forth after that. But
it's just dawned on me that opportunities are endless. Like, we're going to be doing this till we're 80.
I will.
Till
I'm old. Till I drop. Till I'm literally. But that's good. I think that's that'd be good if we could do that. Make it that far in making the group session show. Like, but yeah, definitely.
Probably won't quite have the energy we've got now or out, but
like,
who knows?
Hello, like it's all like rickety and wrinkly. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, no. But yeah, we're glad that you came and checked out this episode of our episode 1 of the chat show. We hope you enjoyed hearing from me and Roman, and we're gonna get working on episode 13.
I'm going to add that in because I think that's important for anyone that's engaging and commenting, whether it just be like, yeah, sounds cool, guys.
Yeah.
Just thanks. It genuinely means a lot, and it inspires you to kind of go, do you know what, we're going to do the next one better.
Yeah, and it's like it literally doesn't even have to be like, just one comment, even a like.
A like,
it shows us that there is people out there interested in what we're doing, and hopefully,
and as you said earlier, so I don't want to, I'll probably outline that wrong, but it's not the figures, it's not the figures. We don't care about the figures, but knowing that we've brought value and you've got a bit of escapism. I
literally wouldn't even care if 5 people were watching this, but I would love it if all 5 of those people walked away with something new they didn't know about an area in the industry, or something they didn't even know about what we do. Like, you might know nothing about drums, you might know nothing about bass, you might be wanting to learn bass or learn drums. So those are questions. If you want to ask us those as well, that's what we're here for. You can ask us, like, if you're starting out learning an instrument like ours, and if we have guests on that you want to ask them questions, and we'll let you know when those guests are coming on, so you can prep some questions you might want to ask, or we can ask them from you. That'd be quite cool. Like, it'd be cool to get questions from the viewers that they want to know from the guests we have, which would be quite cool, I think.
I'm excited for that. Yeah, it will be cool. I'm looking forward to getting questions.
So we're gonna round it off because we wrap it up because we were talking, but we enjoyed talking. But we hope you enjoyed engaging with me and Roman. Keep an eye out, episode 13 coming soon, and followed by episode 2 of the chat show coming very soon after that. We'll update you a little bit more on what's to come in the following episodes and any other sort of songs. And that's one thing quickly, songs requests that you think would be really cool to see. Add them in the comments below in this video, and we'll check them out, and we'll definitely try and get on them at some point throughout our episodes of the groove sessions. And
seriously, I want that. I want the song recommendations, because then I get even more competitive with it.
You're gonna one up it.
So don't be shy. Get in the comments.
Just jump in the comments, let us know. And I've really enjoyed this. But obviously, I always enjoy engaging and talking with Roman about music and what we're doing and what's to come. And we hope that you've enjoyed or gotten something from this, and that you can tune in to all the new episodes that you've got coming. And it's been really good. Hope you've enjoyed finding a bit about us and why we did this. But I will hopefully see you soon in episode 2 of the chat show.
Wicked. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Much love.
Cheers. Much love. Have a safe one and keep safe in all these times. See you later, guys.
See you later.